Pilate's question, what is truth? Then he walks out before Jesus could answer. When he had said this, he went out again to the Jews and says to them, I find no fault at all. Luke is similar. Then said Pilate to the chief priests and to the people, I find no fault in this man. Matthew and Mark don't have that statement. But Luke continues, and they were the more fierce, saying, he stirs up the people. So this is the chief priests. Matthew and Mark do have that. When he was accused of the chief priests, he answered nothing. So I'm just going to go into him being accused, Matthew and Mark, and saying nothing. Then Pilate saying, don't you hear what they say? He says nothing to Pilate. Then back to Luke, where they finally say he stirs up the people, teaching throughout all Jewry, beginning from Galilee to this place. And then when he mentions Galilee, that's when Pilate sends him to Herod. So that has to come after their other accusations, whatever they were, recorded in Matthew and Mark. But first, the fact that he walks out before Jesus could respond. And when he had said this, he went out again to the Jews and says to them, Luke, then said Pilate to the chief priests. Okay, so I'm not going to have the Jews because there's plenty of Jews that aren't chief priests. But then again, there are plenty of people here accusing Jesus who are not chief priests. Maybe we should have both. Okay, Luke has it better. The chief priests and the people. So I'm going to have that instead of the Jews. I'm not going to rename Pilate. So I'll have Pilate up here from Luke and from John. Then said. So John, when he had said this, he then went out. When he had said this, or then? Okay, I think I could put then in here. Went out again to the chief priests. So this to the is both. Only Luke has chief priests and people. Here I could put then from Luke because he has to say, in Luke it just continues, I find no fault in him. So I have to say that he said this. John has and says to them. I think I'd rather have said than says. And just before. And then said to them. That's only John. To them. I find in him no fault. Luke, I find no faults in this man. In this man or in him? I think we go with John. John was actually there, so... I remember something that Michael Rood said when they were picking the spotless lambs to be slaughtered and cooked for the Passover meal that day. They would say the exact same thing. I find no fault in him. So it's very poetic to have the exact same statement from Pontius Pilate in regards to the true Passover lamb. No faults. That's in both, right? Yeah, no faults. I want to go with the order of Luke. I find no fault in him. from John. John has at all, but those words are in italics, so I'm going to just leave it off. Now, John continues into the issue of Barabbas. But it totally skips over him being sent to Herod. Matthew and Mark also skip that story as well. It's only in Luke where he's sent to Herod. So I'm going to continue with Matthew and Mark saying they accused him, he said nothing. Pilate asked him, he said nothing. Then they accuse him of being from Galilee, and he sends him to Herod because Herod has jurisdiction over issues from Galilee. So that's the reason why their accusations and his silence should come now. Because it fits with this final accusation of being from Galilee. So now Matthew, and when he was accused of the chief priests and the elders, he answered nothing. Mark, and the chief priests accused him of many things, but he answered nothing. I think I should go with the way Mark has it, because that follows better from what I already have from Luke and John. When he had said this, he went again to the chief priests of the people and said to them, I find no fault in him. But instead of continuing as if it's already understood, this needs to be a new action. The chief priests accused him of many things. Yeah. So the chief priests is both. Matthew has and elders. Mark doesn't. Accused him of many things. Accused. So just accused is both. And elders, accused. Because I'm going with Mark, I have to have him. Of many things. Of the chief priests and the elders. So I can have of from both. But only Mark has many things. But is Mark. He answered nothing. He answered nothing. Okay, that's both. Pilate asked him again. Then said Pilate to him, is Pilate saying, hear you not how many things they witness against you? Or is he asking, again, saying? Mark has both. Asked, again, saying. Matthew has just said to him. And I'm going to go with then from Matthew instead of and. I think it fits more and I don't have to have another and. Then. Pilate is both. Matthew said to him. Mark asked him again. So asked is only Mark. Him is both. Again is only Mark. Saying. I think I'm going to have and said instead of saying. And from the beginning of the verse in Mark. And said from Matthew. His response is different in Matthew and Mark. In Matthew, it's Pilate asking, hear you not how many things they witness against you? So he's just saying, don't you hear? In Mark, it's more direct. Answer you nothing. Behold how many things they witness against you. That's more inclusive, so I'm going to have that. Answer you nothing. Behold how many things. Hear you not how many things. Okay, I'm going to exchange behold for hear you not from Matthew. So it'll be the first question from Mark, answer you nothing. Then the second question from Mark, but with the words from Matthew, hear you not, then both. How many things they witness against you? Instead of behold. So, first Mark, answer you nothing. Now Matthew, hear you not. How many things they witness against you?